What's up everybody, this is Logan at Vaporleaf. I am here today with the Wismec RX200S Reuleaux. This is a big 18650 device, which on the latest update can do up to 250 watts. It's also got a new preheat setting, which we're going to take a look at, and it can do temp control with nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and it's also got TCR to get it dialed in just right. So let's go ahead and dive down and take a closer look at it.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do with this guy is check out what is inside of the box. Obviously, you get your device, a little trap door here, pull the foam out, and we've got our user manual, a little bit of other literature, and a micro USB cable for charging and updates. On the device itself, we've got our fire button, our down button, our up button, our micro USB port, this big screen, some vent holes on either side and on the bottom, our 510 connection up top, and our magnetic battery door. Inside of this battery bay, we can see that we have enough room for 3 batteries here. We've got positive marked down on the back side and then positive marked up on the front side. So we'll go ahead and pop some batteries in there. And the top is spring-loaded in the back, and the bottom is spring-loaded in the front. Make sure you push them in, give them a nice little squeeze, make sure they're sitting right. Get that magnetic battery door on there. You might notice there's a little bit of a gap up top when you first put that door on there. There's one. If you give it a little squeeze, that should go away. And we're booted up. Right now we're in wattage mode. To get through the different modes, it's going to be like any other Joyetech chip. We're going to do those 3 clicks on the fire button. That's going to start flashing up there. We can cycle through temp NI for nickel coils, temp TI for titanium, and temp SS for stainless steel coils. We've also got the TCR mode, and then back to wattage. To change the wattage, all you do is just go up, and again, this guy is going to go all the way up to 250 watts, or go down. And then on the screen here in wattage mode, we've got VW for variable wattage, our battery life up here, our wattage, our voltage, our current in amperage, and our resistance. If we do 3 clicks on the fire button to get over to that temp NI mode, then it now says TCNI on the top left. That'll either be TI or SS if you're in any of the other modes for temp control. We've got our temperature, our wattage, and again our amperage and resistance. To change the temperature, all you do is go up and down. If you want to go over into Fahrenheit, you just go all the way to one side or the other and then tap again. And then to change your wattage, it's 1, 2, 3 clicks. Then you can go to the left, that W will start flashing, and you can round over and set your wattage exactly where you want it. If we go left again, we can lock our resistance, and all that we would have to do with that is screw an atomizer on and then click right. And then if we go left again, we can change that amperage to a puff counter and total time vaped. To get over into that TCR mode, we're going to do the 3 clicks again. Go to the right until we get to TCR. Tap the fire button. Now to change this mode, you can still change the wattage and temperature as you would normally, but to set the coefficient of resistance for this mode, we're going to have to turn the device off. That's going to be those 5 quick clicks, and then hold the fire button and to the right. And then the screen is going to pop on with our 3 memory modes for TCR. To get through those, you're just going to go left through the different memory settings, and then you can go tap the fire button and then go up and down on each mode. Tap the fire button and hold to get back out of that menu. That'll turn the device back off. 5 quick clicks is going to turn it back on, and we'll have our TCR set there. To get through the different memory modes there, all you would do is go to the left. That'll highlight just the M1 there, and then you can go to the right for M2 and M3, and then back to M1. Another handy little trick is when the device is off, you can hit the fire button and to the left to get your battery voltage. Now, I have noticed this isn't the most accurate reading of the voltage on your batteries, but it's still pretty handy. If you hit the fire button and to the left while the device is on, that'll get you into stealth mode. And that's just going to make it so that when you press the fire button when you have an atomizer on there, the screen is going to turn off. If you want to see the screen when the atomizer is on there, you just tap it and it'll pop up. And you can still use both of these buttons while you see the screen in stealth mode. To turn stealth mode back off, it's just fire button and to the left again, until it says stealth off. You can also lock these 2 buttons down here, and that'll just make sure that it doesn't change around any values on there, but you can still use that fire button. To unlock it, same thing, left and right at the same time. And we're unlocked. Now when the device is on, if you hold the fire button and to the right, it'll bring you into this menu here, and there you can turn the logo on or off, and you can customize that logo as well to be whatever you want by plugging it into the computer. Or if you go to the right, you can change your preheat setting. Now this is really straightforward. All you do is go down first, and you'll get that 19.9 or whatever you were on before, minus 0.1, and then you can go up or down to change your preheat value. If you tap the fire button, you can then have the preheat off or set how long you want it to be preheating for. And then to get out of that menu, all I do is click the fire button 3 times. It'll bring you back, but that'll start flashing since you did the 3 clicks on the fire button, so you can just tap the fire button again to get out of that. However, I do want to change over to power mode for the atomizer that I'm using today, so 3 more clicks. Go to the right until it says VW at the top, and we're just going to start this out at a modest 165 today. So that's about all there is to that. Let's go ahead and bring it up top and see how it does.
So I've got it all set up where I want it at 165 watts. Let's see how it is. Absolutely perfect. That's exactly how I like this. And why not just go a little higher? We'll head up to 200. I am at 200 watts, and that's 0.32 ohms, so I'm at about 8 volts with that. That is certainly powerful. You can feel the difference that 3 batteries make. You can really get some quality output having more batteries in the device. Let's go ahead and bring it up to 250 and see what happens. So I am all the way up at 250 watts, and at 0.32 ohms, that means that I am at 8.94 volts. That's getting a little ridiculous, but let's see how it is. It's hot and vapey. I don't know if you would ever want to consistently vape at that kind of setting, but it can, and that alone is impressive. So if you are some cloud chasing fiend, this is the way to go. Whew! Now there are a couple things that I've seen floating around with this device that people have been having trouble with. One thing is the battery balance. I know earlier in the video you saw they were all out of wonk, but trust me, when you put them on a charger, they're pretty even. But if you charge through that micro USB port on the device, your batteries will become imbalanced, which means that some of them are going to have more charge in them, some of them are going to have less charge in them, and over time some of them are working harder than others. So if you do charge through that micro USB port, all you want to do is every now and then just rotate those 3 batteries. And when I say every now and then, it's going to be best if you do it every time you charge your batteries. That's going to keep them as balanced as possible. But if you can't be bothered to do that, even just doing it a couple times a week, even 1 time a week, is better than nothing. But even then, always charging on an external charger is going to be the best option for your batteries. The other thing I've heard with these devices is, I think it was Wismec or Joyetech, someone came out and said that tanks like the TFV4 and TFV8 should not be used on these devices because they can crush that positive pin in there. What they're talking about is that positive pin isn't spring-loaded or anything, it's just floating there. If you were to crush it down in there by screwing something on too tight or screwing on something with an extended 510 pin, then it can get stuck down in there and basically ruin the device. So just keep a lookout for tanks or atomizers with that little pin sticking out significantly past the bottom threads. And if you do have something like that you want to run on these devices, you can run a spacer or something like that in between your atomizer and your device to avoid getting any dead pin problems. But anyway, as far as everything else goes, it really is a fantastic device. The power output is ridiculous, and with 3 batteries that's to be expected. The Joyetech chip is fantastic. I'm not sure if everyone knows, but Joyetech actually makes the chip that they use in these devices, so it's like the EVIX and all those other ones that you see. The build quality, it's not the best, it's not unreal, it's not like handmade, amazing stuff, but it's solid. The battery door will have little gaps and stuff, but that's mostly down to having 3 batteries in there, and that's really it. All the other gaps are really nice, the paint is pretty clean, I like the little engraving on the button there as well. overall, I'd say it's really good build quality. Not excellent, but really good. Now, with 3 batteries in there, it does get really heavy. It is not a pocket device by any means, not only given the shape, but also the weight of it. You feel like you're getting a workout when you're vaping on it a lot. But the point of this device isn't to be small and light and portable, it's to be big and ridiculous and angry! And it does that. So basically, I think that this device is popular for a reason. It is just fantastic. If you want a ridiculously high-powered device, this is a sweet option, and it fits really big atomizers really well. This is a 30mm atomizer, and there's like 2mm of overhang off the front, which doesn't really bother me, but if you're running a 25mm like the TF-V8 that I mentioned earlier, it fits on there just fine. So that's about all I have to say about that. If you guys have any questions about it, please leave a comment. We love talking to you guys, answering any questions that you have. We love starting conversations with you. If you like the video, please leave a like. That helps me out a lot. And if you want to see all the latest and greatest videos from Vaporleaf, be sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.